I managed to grab a few quick words from the Pakistan military spokesperson, Major General Attar Abbas.
Environment in various fields in the market. So these boys, when they are fully given a treatment, and along with the treatment, they are also being equipped well in some skills, so that when they are commissioned, they are out, their education and the treatment is completed. When they move out from this institution, they go and at least, if not ideally, they have some skill which should give some sort of employment to them. Because unemployment was one of the main reasons of radicalizing of Swat youth.
Did you find that most of the boys that you brought in here to the school originally didn't have any kind of a trade or vocation or technical skill, and that's part of why they fell into the extremism groups?
Yes, mostly the youth was either in education, they were in the schools or the madrasas, and other than that they were out of school and madrasa or education system. So many of them were picked by the Taliban, the others were exploited. One segment was tempted, given money, and all these kind of luring and tactics were employed by the Taliban to lure them into their fold. So this is a process to reverse everything what they have done, which of course takes time. So the effort is to, once they are de-radicalized, they should also have something in hand which should have them on their feet.
And how difficult was it to crack the sort of Taliban mentality? Do you still have students here who are still feeling some passion towards their ideology, or did you find that it's very easy for them to change their mentality?
There are various shades. Yes, a segment is also very hardcore radicalized. That takes more time, that takes more effort on parts of the faculty and all those officials who are responsible for this program. But the others were, not as radicalized. Many of them escaped from their hold. The Taliban had kidnapped many. So there are various types of shades, and every shade requires a different approach, a different treatment, and also a different set of psychologists. This is not, one size that fits all. There are various groups, and they have been divided accordingly, and their treatment is also accordingly.
Do you find that, one last question, do you find that these students are very honest about where they are psychologically? They say straightforwardly, yes, I still mentally am for the Taliban, I will join the Taliban if I get out of here? Or do they pretend that they're no longer mentally sort of aligned to that thinking just so that they can get out? Can you trust what they're showing you?
There is a program to also monitor their whereabouts, their whatever is they are doing after going from here. The responsibility is taken by the local area political leader, the administrators, the civilian law enforcement in the area. So they all are responsible for, once they go back to their home, to their village, to their localities. So it continues, and this type of monitoring is required so that none of them should return to whatever they were doing before that. So this process we do follow, but other than that, here they are given a comfort level where whatever they want to say or feel, they should come out with that, so that the treatment is accordingly. Therefore, their system is such that they are given full security, even if they want to come out with whatever is in their mind, and they want to criticize or be critical of whatever the government was doing or the military was doing, etc. They are given the chance to open up. So once they open up, then we decide that how to go about their treatment. So this
is one set group that came in on the same date, and they've been here for the same amount of time, or are they coming and going all the time?
They keep coming, going all the time, and but mostly what we prefer is that we keep registering and start the program at one time, so that it's better coordinated with other. There are a lot of visiting faculty coming here, a lot of guest speakers coming here. There are a lot of psychologists, famous psychologists from big cities. We invite them to come and give them lectures. So this program is multi-dimensional, and there are different layers of the program.
Well, I'd like to commend the military and the government of Pakistan for this program. It's excellent. Thank you. It is obvious that some older men in a separate classroom are hesitant to talk to us and are eager to leave the center. Are you aware of what's going on outside now today in the national news with Taliban?
طالبانو کې موږ سات نه ورکړل طالبانو خاصي او معلومات ته بالکل امن او امان دي او حالات ته او ان شاء الله موږ معاشري د لپاره ډیر ښه کار کوو او تمام انسانانو لپاره ښه کار کوو ان شاء الله چې موږ دې جنہ کوي.
We're fighting the NATO troops in the United States, but in the news today it's that the Taliban is fighting for the state of Pakistan. And now that he is national Pakistan, how would he respond to hearing about this? Does it disturb him?
ما ته سپته لري چې په تعلیم او باندې باندې په او ما تعلیم نشته زه پوره معلومات نشته ها او ترکانه کار کوم خپل مزدوري مې کړې دا نور راته پته نشته خبره ها.
And your experience here, for the time you've been here, do you feel like you've changed in your heart at all or in your mind?
بالکل موږ ډېر غټه تبدیلی راغلی ده دلته کې ما په خپل تکانه کار مې د ټریننګ کار مې زده کړ فټینګ ده او دا پای کار کې د ما ډېر پکار راځي او ان شاء الله چې موږ د دې ځنه وشو موږ به تمام انسانانو د لپاره ډېر ښه پر جوړیږو ان شاء الله او ډېر ټول مخلوق د لپاره به خیر ښېګړې کارونه کوو خپل وس مطابق خپل بچو د لپاره به خدمت کوو ان شاء الله.
Now we move on to an even more ominous center. The young men here are considered black cases and have experienced very serious military activity and are extremely radical. This time we are alone, as this is an exclusive visit for only us. After an hour-long drive in the opposite direction, we reach Pythium Center. We are greeted by military personnel and again are briefed on the de-radicalization program plans and treated to tea. It is clear the military were very thoughtful in the outlaying of these plans, and although the centers have mostly been ongoing in secret, the briefs are honest and very informative. First, we see a board of handicrafts made by the de-radicalized Taliban. The military representative, Major Asif, explains that these crafts are for sale and help to support the students or beneficiaries, as Dr. Faraya refers to them. Major Asif explains the photos on the vandalism board show the unique history of Pytham Center, which was once blown up by the Taliban before, when this was a hotel. The center that now holds them was once a place they had overtaken and used to hold their captives. It's a strange twist of fate for the Taliban, with pictures of them de-radicalized and beaming larger-than-life smiles, but the ones inside are less enthusiastic. This man, whom we shall not name, is a new inductee. Right now, a psychologist is conducting the psychological profiling of this boy, who is no older than 15 years old. When we enter this class, the men stand in an obedient rush. It's impressive, if not a little intimidating. How do you talk to a classroom of just men, much less Taliban and Al-Qaeda? But I am rescued when a young man stands up and speaks for me. And then out of nowhere, this cheer erupts from the end of the row of students. While the men are still in class, we are taken into the dorm rooms to take a peek at where these boys sleep at night. And I can't help but wonder one thing. Do you have any surveillance so that you can hear them, like when they're out in the park, or do they have little corners where they can actually be talking about something where you can't hear them?
Yes, we don't have that system, but we do monitor them. Whenever they are present, we have our sentries, but we tell them, basically these people will not run now, because we have motivated, and now they are dedicated to undergo this training. So they are not likely to run away from this institution. Okay. However, we have the security paraphernalia available with us, which looks after them and monitors their movement.
Okay. And it is apparent that the major is right. These boys are scared to talk. They gave us one scripted sounding answer after the next. Listen for yourself.
तो यहाँ पर पाक फौज ने हम पर बहुत बड़ा एहसान किया कि उन्होंने हमें यहाँ पर कुछ सिखलाया, यहाँ पर हमें कुछ हुनर भी सिखलाए जा रहे हैं. इसी तरह यहाँ पर हमें दहशतगर्दी और अमन का एक फ़र्क वाज़ेह हो गया, यहाँ पर सिखलाया जा रहा है. हमारे बहुत मुश्किल असातिज़ा इकराम है यहाँ पर, जिसकी बदौलत हमने बहुत कुछ सीखा. इंशाअल्लाह यहाँ से निकल कर हम एक पुरअमन और एक मुहिब वतन पाकिस्तानी होने का सबूत देंगे.
जी सर, उसके खिलाफ हम इंशाअल्लाह पाकिस्तान की आर्मी के साथ शान बशान लड़ेंगे.
अभी हमारी समझ में आ गया कि हम गलत कर रहे थे, तो अभी आर्मी वालों ने हमको सिखा दिया कि वो रास्ता गलत है और जो सही रास्ता है वो हमको दिखा दिया.
वो दहशतगर्द है. हम ऐसे लोगों को अपना भाई नहीं कह सकते जो अपने भाई के ऊपर हथियार उठाता है. हमारे कुरान हमें दर्ज देता है कि जो आदमी किसी दूसरे आदमी को काफिर कहे तो वो खुद काफिर हो जाता है, क्योंकि वो हमारे पाक फौज को